How to seduce the woman you like. Before starting, I tell you not to miss any of these points because each one has an important role to seduce a woman. Do you want to seduce them successfully? Watch the full video. Seduction focuses on paying attention to someone's needs and making advances according to the situation. Spend some time getting to know the woman you want to seduce, establish an appropriate atmosphere, and go slowly while making physical contact. One fine day I met an old friend, and when I informed her of my concerns, she invited me to a coffee and told me that she would give me 5 pieces of advice that could help me seduce the girl that I wanted. 1. Security. The first thing he told me was that I had to walk safely, but that I shouldn't seem distant. Whenever you see her, you can tell that you trust yourself, that you like yourself, and that you feel good about yourself. Okay, I know how to do it, I thought to myself. 2. Look into the eyes. Then he explained to me that passion and love begin with looks. That it is essential that I look into the eyes of the woman I want to seduce. It is about looking into the eyes, but without staring. I think I'll have to practice this in the mirror. Every time I see a girl I like, I look everywhere except her eyes. 3. Be natural. As a third piece of advice, she told me not to be a fake person. Girls are very intuitive, and she would immediately realize that you were lying to her. He gave me as an example that I could flatter, but without abusing it, because if it happened to me it would show and the conquest would be over. 4. Pay close attention. Fourth, but not least, he told me that I should pay close attention when we're talking. It seems that it is very seductive that you remember what he is telling you. Maybe this is the most complicated part for me. I usually have a very bad memory. I'll have to try to remedy it. 5. Be loving and attentive. And finally, he advised me to be affectionate and attentive. To bring out my tender side, that he was going to like that a lot. But above all, he didn't see me as a friend. If that happened, he was lost. There would be no way to turn it around. It was too much information that he had to assimilate. It would take time for me to put everything my friend had told me into action. I was very grateful to him, but he had left me more nervous than I was before. I think I'll be able to do it all. And if not, I can always go back to the old strategies or call my friend again. 6. Seducing a woman with words will not help if we do not show a tender, charming, and sweet attitude. All this without being heavy, and it is that to seduce a woman you have to compliment her, but not excessively, because the truth is that too many compliments are usually annoying. It is better to use a good compliment during the conversation than to use a string of set phrases, as these can make the woman in question think that the same technique of conquest is always used. 8. If you want to seduce a woman, the first thing you should do is start a conversation with her. This point is very important, as the approach will already create an opinion about you in it. It is best to approach without further ado, without hesitating too much, and without using idioms such as "Do you come here a lot?" Try to find an original way to introduce yourself, and if you can't find it, just approach and say a friendly "What's up?" If the girl has noticed you, the rest of the conversation will flow by itself. 9. Be the first to break eye contact. First of all, don't pretend you weren't looking at her. Instead, use your gaze to your advantage and acknowledge hers. Here's how to do it. Hold your friendly eye contact for just a brief moment, and then look away before she does. Girls are usually much better than guys at this little game, but if you play it right. 10. Don't touch her in a friendly way. Now, that does not mean touching her uninvited or very aggressively, but if you want her to see you as not just a friend, but potentially something more, you have to set yourself apart from her other friends in the way you touch her. Fortunately, you can do that while also respecting their boundaries, so instead of high-fiving, punching, or patting them on the back, just try to limit your contact to light touches on their arms or shoulders from time to time. For example, if a guy is in a mall and he has no way to start a conversation with a girl, you can try to get him into a conversation by asking for the time, for directions, or for the girl's opinion on something that doesn't really interest him. Not only would he be lying to the woman he wants to attract from the start, but if he is caught doing it, which is highly likely to happen, it will also ruin any chance he might have had with said woman. Subscribe, comment and leave your like. Thank you very much.